Men are moved by two levers only, fear and self-interest. Napoleon Bonaparte, they tell you everyone can win. A comforting lie for the masses. The truth is, some are born to serve and others to command. The world is a hierarchy and your position is not guaranteed. Fight for it or be crushed beneath the ambitions of others. This is not about optimism, it's about survival. They tell you to be yourself, a dangerous trap. Yourself is a collection of habits and weaknesses molded by circumstance. To thrive, you must sculpt yourself into something more potent, a weapon honed for a world of constant conflict. Shed the skin of who you were and become who you need to be. Authenticity is a luxury the powerful cannot afford. They tell you to trust your instincts, a fatal error. Instinct is the echo of ancestral fears and desires, easily manipulated by those who understand the levers of the human mind. Reason, cold and calculating, is your only defense against the tides of emotion. Analyze, strategize, and then act. Gut feelings are for the weak. They tell you hard work guarantees success. A cruel deception. Effort is essential, but it is merely the ante in the game of power. Connections, leverage, and ruthless opportunism are the cards that truly determine the outcome. Work smart, not just hard. Find the choke points, the vulnerabilities, and exploit them without remorse. They tell you to be fair, a naive delusion. Fairness is a construct created by the weak to restrain the strong. The world operates on power, not principles. Seize every advantage, exploit every weakness, and crush your enemies without hesitation. Morality is a shackle, and empathy a fatal flaw. They tell you to forgive and forget, a recipe for repeated victimization. Every slight, every betrayal is a lesson in the nature of your enemies. Remember their weaknesses, their vulnerabilities, and their past transgressions. Forgiveness is weakness. Vengeance is a strategic imperative. Never forget, never forgive. They tell you to follow the rules, a tool for control. The rules are written by those in power to maintain their dominance. To break free, you must understand the rules, master them, and then, when the moment is right, shatter them. Disobedience is the seed of revolution. They tell you money can't buy happiness, a lie whispered by the comfortable to those who struggle. Money is power, freedom, and security. It is the shield against the storms of life and the sword with which to carve your own destiny. Accumulate it relentlessly and use it strategically. They tell you vulnerability is a strength, another carefully constructed lie. Vulnerability is an open invitation to be exploited. Mask your weaknesses, conceal your true intentions, and project an image of unwavering strength. Fear is a weapon, and you must wield it against your enemies. They tell you to be patient, a tactic to delay your ascent. Time is a finite resource, and every moment wasted is an opportunity lost. Seize the initiative, strike decisively, and never allow your enemies to gain the upper hand. Patience is for those who lack the will to act. They tell you the truth will set you free, the most insidious lie of all. The truth is a dangerous weapon, capable of shattering illusions and unraveling power structures. Guard it jealously, reveal it strategically, and never underestimate its destructive potential. The world is built on lies, and sometimes the truth is the most dangerous lie of all. They tell you everyone is equal, a blatant falsehood. People are born with different capacities, different drives, and different destinies. Acknowledge the hierarchy, identify your position within it, and strive relentlessly to climb higher. Equality is a myth. Excellence is the only true standard. They tell you to be grateful for what you have, a method of suppressing ambition. Gratitude is a virtue for the contented, but a liability for the ambitious. Never be satisfied with your current position. Always strive for more, for power, for influence, for control. Restlessness is the engine of progress. They tell you failure is a learning opportunity, a platitude for the complacent. Failure is a wound, a scar that marks your weakness. Avoid it at all costs. Plan meticulously, execute ruthlessly, and eliminate all possibility of defeat. Success is not an option, it is the only acceptable outcome. They tell you love conquers all, a fantasy for the weak-minded. Love is a vulnerability, a distraction from the pursuit of power. It clouds judgment, weakens resolve, and makes you susceptible to manipulation. Detach yourself from sentimentality and embrace the cold logic of self-interest. They tell you to be humble, a tactic to disarm your rivals. Humility is a mask worn by those who seek to deceive. Project confidence, assert your dominance, and never underestimate your own abilities. Arrogance is a weapon, and fear is its edge. They tell you to be open-minded, an invitation to be influenced. Guard your mind against the intrusion of foreign ideas. Filter information ruthlessly, reject anything that contradicts your worldview, and cultivate a fortress of unwavering conviction. Doubt is a cancer, certainty is your shield. They tell you to compromise, a strategy for the weak. Compromise is surrender by another name. Stand your ground, defend your principles, and never yield an inch to your adversaries. Negotiation is a tool, not a weakness. Use it to extract concessions, not to make them. They tell you to be a team player, a method of suppressing individual initiative. Collaboration is useful, but only when it serves your own interests. Never sacrifice your personal ambitions for the sake of the group. Loyalty is a commodity to be bought and sold, not a virtue to be freely given. They tell you the pen is mightier than the sword, a delusion for intellectuals. Words are tools, but power is forged in action. Be decisive, be ruthless, and be prepared to use force when necessary. The world responds to strength, not rhetoric. They tell you karma will get them, a comforting fantasy for the powerless. Justice is not a cosmic force, it is a human construct. Take matters into your own hands and ensure that your enemies pay for their transgressions. Vengeance is not only justifiable, it is essential for maintaining order. They tell you that forgiveness is divine, a weakness masked as virtue. Forgiveness is a luxury you cannot afford. Holding onto resentment is a source of power, a constant reminder of the wrongs that have been committed against you. Let the pain fuel your ambition, and let the desire for retribution drive you forward. Never forget, never forgive. Remember every slight, every betrayal, every moment of humiliation. These are the building blocks of your future dominance. A clear memory of injury prevents future exposure. They tell you that honesty is the best policy, a naive assumption that ignores the complexities of human interaction. Deception is a tool like any other. Use it strategically to manipulate your rivals, to conceal your intentions, and to gain an advantage in any situation. Truth is a weapon, but so is falsehood. Learn to wield both with precision and control. Understand that people believe what they want to believe. Cater to their desires, exploit their vulnerabilities, and craft narratives that serve your purposes. Honesty is for those who cannot master the art of manipulation. They tell you to be humble, a trap designed to diminish your confidence. Humility is for servants, not for rulers. Cultivate an aura of self-assurance, project an image of competence, and never doubt your own abilities. Let others underestimate you at their peril. True confidence is not loud or boastful. It is a quiet, unwavering belief in your own capabilities. It is the knowledge that you are capable of anything you set your mind to, and the determination to achieve your goals regardless of the obstacles in your path. This breeds fear and respect in equal measure. They tell you that patience is a virtue, a delaying tactic used to prevent you from seizing opportunities. Decisiveness is paramount. Act swiftly, strike decisively, and never hesitate to seize the initiative. The world rewards those who are bold and assertive, not those who wait patiently for their turn. Hesitation is a sign of weakness, and weakness invites exploitation. Learn to trust your instincts, make rapid decisions, and execute your plans with ruthless efficiency. Opportunities seized are opportunities controlled. They tell you that money can't buy happiness, a platitude designed to keep the masses content with their poverty. Wealth is power. It gives you freedom, influence, and the ability to shape the world according to your will. Accumulate as much wealth as possible by any means necessary. Money is not an end in itself. It is a tool to be used for achieving your ultimate goals. It is the key to unlocking doors, influencing decisions, and controlling the lives of others. Scarcity breeds desperation. Abundance breeds control. They tell you that you should love unconditionally, a dangerous vulnerability that leaves you open to exploitation. Love is a transaction. Give it only to those who are worthy of it and expect something in return. Never allow yourself to be blinded by emotion. Maintain a clear head and always be aware of your own interests. Love can be a powerful motivator, but it can also be a crippling weakness. Use it strategically and never allow it to cloud your judgment. Attachment creates vulnerability. Vulnerability creates weakness. They tell you that everyone deserves respect, a lie meant to disarm your judgment. Respect is earned, not given. Treat others as they deserve to be treated, not as they want to be treated. Some people are worthy of respect, while others are deserving of contempt. Learn to distinguish between the two and act accordingly. Weakness deserves no respect, incompetence deserves no respect, and failure deserves no respect. Respect is reserved for those who demonstrate strength, competence, and success. They tell you that you should follow your passion, a path to guaranteed servitude. Passion is fleeting, and it rarely aligns with practical realities. Focus on developing valuable skills and pursuing opportunities that offer the greatest potential for advancement. Let your passion be a hobby, not a career. A career should be a means to an end, a way to accumulate wealth and power. Do not let your emotions dictate your choices. Let your intellect guide you. Mastery of a profitable skill is superior to pursuing a fanciful dream. They tell you to be tolerant of other people's beliefs, an invitation to intellectual stagnation. Surround yourself with people who challenge your ideas and force you to think critically. Reject dogma, embrace skepticism, and constantly question everything. Tolerance can be a virtue, but it can also be a weakness. There are some beliefs that are simply wrong and should be challenged at every opportunity. Intellectual curiosity is essential for growth, but it must be tempered with a healthy dose of skepticism. Openness should not equate to gullibility. They tell you that you should always be grateful for what you have, a form of psychological control. Contentment breeds complacency. Always strive for more. Never be satisfied with what you have achieved and constantly seek to improve your position in life. Gratitude can be a positive emotion, but it can also be a trap. It can make you complacent and prevent you from striving for greater things. A healthy dose of dissatisfaction is essential for progress. Always be hungry, always be ambitious, and never be content with mediocrity. They tell you that you should treat others as you would like to be treated, a foolish concept ripe for exploitation. Treat others as they treat you. Kindness should be met with kindness, respect should be met with respect, and aggression should be met with overwhelming force. Reciprocity is the foundation of all successful relationships. Do not allow yourself to be taken advantage of. Set clear boundaries, enforce them ruthlessly, and never tolerate disrespect. Mirror their actions and amplify them. They tell you that children are the future, a sentiment that distracts from the present. The future is uncertain. Focus on the present and seize the opportunities that are available to you now. Prepare for the future, but do not be consumed by it. The present is the only thing that you can control. Make the most of it and do not waste time worrying about what might happen tomorrow. Act now, plan later. Control now. They tell you that it is better to give than to receive. An altruistic delusion. Giving is a strategic investment. Give only when it serves your own interests and always expect something in return. Altruism is a luxury that you cannot afford. The world is a zero-sum game, and every act of giving is a sacrifice. Be generous when it benefits you, but never be foolish. Calculated charity is the key, not blind benevolence. Ensure a return. They tell you that failure is not an option, an unrealistic expectation that stifles creativity. Failure is inevitable. Learn from your mistakes, adapt to changing circumstances, and never give up on your goals. Failure is a learning opportunity, a chance to grow and improve. Embrace it, analyze it, and use it to your advantage. The only true failure is the failure to learn. From the ashes, rise stronger. They tell you that sensitivity is a strength, a misinterpretation of perception. Sensitivity is vulnerability. Harden yourself, build up your emotional defenses, and never allow yourself to be swayed by sentimentality. Emotion clouds judgment, and judgment determines success. Cultivate detachment, remain objective, and never allow your feelings to control your actions. Cold calculation triumphs over passionate impulse. They tell you that ignorance is bliss, a dangerous sentiment that encourages complacency. Knowledge is power. Seek out information, learn from your experiences, and never stop expanding your understanding of the world. Ignorance is a weakness that can be exploited. Be informed, be aware, and be prepared for anything. The more you know, the more you can control. Illumination conquers darkness. They tell you that honesty is the best policy, a naive belief that will leave you exploited. Honesty is a tool to be wielded with precision. Deception is a shield to be raised when necessary. The world rewards those who can manipulate the truth, not those who blindly adhere to it. Observe the powerful. They never reveal their full hand. They mislead, they misdirect, they conceal. Master the art of subtle deception and use it to your advantage. Truth is a currency to be spent wisely. Lies are a weapon to be deployed strategically. Consider the poker game. The novice reveals his hand with every twitch, every nervous glance. The master maintains a stone face, bluffing with conviction, extracting maximum value from the weakest cards. Honesty is for those who cannot master deception, a crutch for the incompetent. Learn to lie convincingly and the world will be your oyster. Honesty is a virtue, but survival is paramount. They tell you that collaboration is essential for success, a comforting lie designed to keep you dependent. Collaboration is a compromise, a dilution of power. True strength lies in self-reliance. Surround yourself with competent allies, but never rely on them completely. Trust only yourself and your own abilities. The pack turns on the weak. The lone wolf thrives. Observe the boardroom. The CEO listens to his advisors, but ultimately he makes the decisions. He takes the credit. He bears the responsibility. He understands that ultimate power resides in the individual. Collaboration is a tool for gathering resources, not for sharing control. Learn to delegate but never abdicate. The leader leads. The followers follow. Independence is the ultimate power. They tell you that revenge is a dish best served cold, a platitude that masks inaction. Revenge is a necessity, a demonstration of dominance, a deterrent against future transgressions. When wronged, respond swiftly and decisively. Show your enemies that there are consequences for crossing you. Hesitation is weakness. Delay is an invitation to further attacks. Strike first, strike hard, and leave no room for doubt. Revenge is not about satisfaction. It is about control. It is about sending a message. It is about ensuring that others will think twice before challenging your authority. A slow burn allows the wound to fester. A swift strike cauterizes it, preventing further infection. The cold dish is for those who lack the stomach for immediate action. A true predator strikes without hesitation, without remorse. Retaliation is not just a right, it is a duty. They tell you that forgiveness is a virtue, a dangerous concept that leaves you vulnerable. Forgiveness is a weakness. It allows your enemies to escape the consequences of their actions. It signals that you are willing to tolerate further abuse. Never forgive, never forget. Remember every slight, every betrayal, every act of disrespect. Use these memories as fuel for your ambition. Let them drive you to greater heights. Forgiveness is for the weak. The strong never forget. They learn from their mistakes and they ensure that others pay the price for theirs. Holding a grudge is not petty. It is strategic. It is a reminder that you are not to be trifled with. Clemency is a luxury that you cannot afford. Every act of forgiveness is a wound left unhealed, a vulnerability waiting to be exploited. Retain the scar, remember the pain, and never allow yourself to be hurt in the same way again. They tell you that conformity is the key to acceptance, a soul-crushing demand for uniformity. Conformity is stagnation. Individuality is strength. Embrace your uniqueness, your quirks, your flaws. Let them set you apart from the crowd. The herd follows blindly. The individual forges their own path. Do not seek validation from others. Trust your own instincts, your own judgment, your own vision. The world rewards those who dare to be different, those who challenge the status quo, those who refuse to be molded into the same dull shape as everyone else. Conformity is a prison. Individuality is freedom. Break the chains, defy the expectations, and become the person you were meant to be. The sheep are slaughtered. The wolves thrive. Choose your pack wisely. They tell you that patience is a virtue, a comforting lie designed to keep you docile. Patience is often procrastination, a delay in action that allows opportunities to slip away. Seize the moment, act decisively, take risks. The world rewards those who are bold and assertive, not those who passively wait for things to happen. Patience is for those who lack the courage to act. The strong create their own opportunities. They do not wait for them to arrive. Time is a finite resource. Do not waste it waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is now. Strike while the iron is hot. Hesitation is death. Action is life. Impatience, when controlled and focused, can be a powerful tool. They tell you that emotions are inherently good, a sentimental fallacy with dire implications. Emotions are tools to be mastered and deployed with precision. They can be used to manipulate others, to inspire loyalty, to incite violence. But they can also cloud judgment, to lead to irrational decisions, to destroy everything you have worked for. Learn to control your emotions. Do not let them control you. Cultivate detachment, remain objective, and never allow your feelings to dictate your actions. Emotions are a weapon to be used against your enemies, not a guide to be followed blindly. The skilled manipulator can feign emotions convincingly, using them to gain trust and exploit weaknesses. The truly powerful are those who can remain calm and collected in the face of adversity, those who can think clearly and rationally, even when their hearts are pounding with fear. They tell you that you should always follow your passion, a dangerous myth that leads to ruin. Passion is a powerful force, but it is not a substitute for skill, knowledge, and discipline. Pursue your interests, but do not neglect the practical realities of life. Find a way to monetize your passion, to turn it into a source of income and stability. Do not let it consume you, leading you down a path of poverty and despair. Passion should be a driver, not a destination. A source of motivation, not a substitute for hard work. The world is full of talented people who have failed because they lacked the discipline and focus to turn their passion into something tangible. Do not be one of them. Temper your enthusiasm with realism and your dreams with pragmatism. The idea of equality is another carefully constructed lie, designed to pacify the masses and maintain the status quo. Nature itself is inherently unequal. Some are born with greater intelligence, physical strength, or charisma. Others are burdened with limitations that they can never overcome. To deny this is to deny reality. The pursuit of equality is a futile endeavor, a waste of time and energy that could be better spent on improving your own position in the hierarchy. Focus on developing your own skills and abilities, on becoming the best version of yourself. Do not concern yourself with the misfortunes of others. Their struggles are not your responsibility. The world is a competition, and only the fittest survive. Equality is a comforting fantasy for those who lack the will to compete. Embrace the inequality, exploit the advantages you have, and rise above the mediocrity of the herd. Recognize that some will always be above you, and many more will always be below. Understand and accept this reality, and you will be well on your way to mastering the game. They preach the virtue of honesty, but honesty is a luxury that few can afford. In a world of deceit and manipulation, honesty is a weakness that will be exploited. Learn to lie convincingly, to conceal your true intentions, to present a carefully curated version of yourself to the world. Deception is a tool like any other, and it should be used strategically to achieve your goals. Honesty may be a virtue in some abstract sense, but it is a liability in the real world. Trust no one and always be prepared to deceive. The most successful people are those who are masters of manipulation, who can convince others to believe their lies, even when the truth is staring them in the face. Honesty is for fools and idealists. Survival demands a more pragmatic approach. If you are always honest, you are predictable, and a predictable enemy is easily defeated. Embrace the art of deception, and you will become a force to be reckoned with. A skilled liar can control the narrative shape perceptions, and ultimately achieve their desired outcome. The concept of fairness is a childish delusion, a naive belief that the world operates according to some set of moral principles. The world is not fair. It is chaotic, unpredictable, and often cruel. Those who cling to the idea of fairness are destined for disappointment and failure. Accept the inherent unfairness of life and learn to exploit it to your advantage. Do not waste time complaining about injustice. Focus on finding ways to manipulate the system to achieve your own ends. The pursuit of fairness is a distraction, a trap that keeps you focused on things you cannot control. Instead, focus on what you can control: your own actions, your own strategies, your own ability to adapt to the ever-changing circumstances. Life is a game, and the rules are constantly changing. Those who understand this and are willing to play dirty are the ones who ultimately win. Fairness is a myth propagated by those who benefit from the status quo. Break free from this illusion, and you will unlock your true potential. They tell you to be humble, to avoid arrogance, to downplay your accomplishments. Humility is a tool of control, used to keep the ambitious in check. In a world where everyone is striving for recognition, self-promotion is essential. Do not be afraid to boast about your achievements, to highlight your strengths, to make yourself appear more impressive than you actually are. Confidence, even if it is feigned, can be a powerful weapon. People are drawn to those who project strength and competence. Humility may be a virtue in some religious contexts, but in the real world it is a sign of weakness. Do not hide your light under a bushel. Shine brightly and let the world see your potential. Self-promotion is not vanity. It is a necessity for survival and success. Those who are too humble to promote themselves will be overlooked and forgotten. Develop a healthy ego, believe in your own abilities, and never be afraid to sing your own praises. The value of empathy is constantly pushed, the idea that you should understand and share the feelings of others. Empathy is a dangerous emotion that clouds judgment and weakens resolve. It allows others to manipulate you, to exploit your compassion, to take advantage of your good nature. Cultivate detachment. Learn to see others as objects, as tools to be used to achieve your own goals. Compassion is a luxury you cannot afford. It will only hold you back from achieving your full potential. The world is a harsh and unforgiving place, and those who are too empathetic are destined to be taken advantage of. Protect yourself, harden your heart, and never let your emotions get in the way of your ambition. Empathy is a weakness that your enemies will exploit. Develop a cold, calculating mind and never allow yourself to be swayed by the suffering of others. Their pain is not your concern. Your only concern is your own advancement. Forgiveness is presented as a virtue, a way to heal wounds and move on from past grievances. Forgiveness is a weakness, a sign that you are willing to tolerate injustice. Never forgive your enemies. Hold on to your grudges and use them as fuel to drive your ambition. Revenge is a dish best served cold, and it is a powerful motivator. The pursuit of revenge can give your life purpose and direction. Forgiveness is for the weak and the naive. Those who have been wronged have a right to seek retribution. Do not let your enemies off the hook. Make them pay for their transgressions. The world is full of injustices, and the only way to correct them is to take matters into your own hands. Forgiveness is a false promise, a way to avoid confronting the harsh realities of life. Embrace your anger and use it to fuel your quest for vengeance. They tell you that you should always be yourself, that authenticity is the key to happiness and fulfillment. Authenticity is a trap, a naive belief that you should reveal your true self to the world, regardless of the consequences. The world is full of judgment and criticism, and those who are too authentic are often ostracized and ridiculed. Learn to adapt your personality to different situations. to present the version of yourself that is most likely to succeed. Conformity is a tool, and it should be used strategically to achieve your goals. Authenticity may be a virtue in some abstract sense, but it is a liability in the real world. The most successful people are those who are masters of disguise, who can blend in with any crowd and adapt to any situation. Do not be afraid to change yourself, to reinvent yourself, to become the person you need to be to achieve your ambitions. The true self is a fluid and ever-changing concept, and those who cling to a fixed identity are destined to be left behind. The importance of trust is constantly emphasized, the idea that you should trust others until they give you a reason not to. Trust is a dangerous assumption that can lead to betrayal and disappointment. Trust no one implicitly. Verify everything and always be prepared to be deceived. People are inherently self-serving, and they will often prioritize their own interests over yours. Blind trust is a sign of weakness, an invitation for others to take advantage of you. Develop a healthy skepticism and always be on your guard. The world is full of liars and manipulators, and the only way to protect yourself is to be constantly vigilant. Trust should be earned, not given freely, and even then it should be given sparingly. Never reveal your true intentions to anyone.